Hi everyone, it's John the Dyslexic Geek here. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the huge T-Rex fossil set. This set, which retails for £220 or $250 and contains 3,145 pieces, which makes it the largest Jurassic Park set that LEGO had done to date. Now, I've seen this in my store a few times and it looks very impressive, so I'm very excited to build this. It is certainly one of the most spectacular LEGO sets for 2025, so it should be a lot of fun. So let's get this built and I'll give you my full thoughts and opinions on this set. Now, we do get two minifigures included in this set. We get Ellie Sattler and Alan Grant. And they're nice minifigures. Ellie looks fine with her overalls there. No printing on the trousers, unfortunately. I do like the overalls that go all the way around the back. I'm guessing that might be a water bottle there, so that's quite decent. Nice hairpiece, and you do have two expressions for Ellie, so that's quite cool. Especially this one being the more iconic one from the scene in the film, so I quite like the look of that one, so that's great. And as for Alan Grant, really nice looking minifigure. Nice printing on the arms. Get a little bit of printing on the legs there with the belt, and a little pocket on little pouch there as well. So yeah, very good looking minifigure. I appreciate this. Comes with this little piece here that is supposed to be the raptor claw, so that's a nice little nod to it there as well. Yeah, it looks good looking minifigure. But yeah, some nice arm printing there, and he does also has two expressions, so yeah, I think it's a fine looking minifigure. So yeah, they look pretty decent, I have to say. And they do come on this really nice display stand, and this plaque for the T-Rex looks absolutely stunning. It is in fact a printed piece, it's not a sticker, so you get all the information on there. It's showing a little bit of a mould mark in there, but that's unavoidable for these plaques, unfortunately. But it does look really good. So the little display stand to place the minifigures really works. So I do really appreciate that. And you do have pins around the back so you can sturdily attach it to the T-Rex itself. So yeah, that's a nice little thing that you can have. So it looks really good on display. So that's very cool. So here we have the finished build. And as you can see, it is absolutely ginormous. Very spectacular. I've seen this on display a few times in the LEGO store, but having it in front of me now, it looks even more impressive. Over 1 metre long. It just about fits in the camera frame here. It is, yeah, very, very spectacular. I think LEGO have done a great job with this. Now, this set would really not look out of place in a natural history museum or something like that. It is that good. All the pieces that have been used are very clever, like from the rib cage through to the tail and the head. It is mind blowing how the LEGO designers came up with this. We did get the skull as a standalone set a couple of years ago, but having the full T-Rex now, that's awesome. It really is very, very cool. Now, one thing I did have concerns with on this set was how sturdy or how strong would it be? Would it be fragile? Would it be prone to fall apart? But I'm pleased to say, no, the set is absolutely rock solid. There is no structural issues whatsoever with this. It is very well put together. Now, in terms of what holds up the whole set in the tail, you have 4 pin sections that keep the tail nice and sturdy. I've had this built for about 2 weeks now, and there's been no sagging whatsoever, so that's very good. On the neck, you have this like new joint, which is a very strong Technic piece. I don't think I've seen this before in anything else, and this is a very secure, so very strong, rigid neck piece, so it's not going to have any issues of the neck falling apart, which is really good. That's really important. And what really underpins the whole set to take a lot of the weight are these 2 black stands. Now, I've seen some people concerned about these, how they might ruin the set. The set really would not be possible without these 2 stands. For one thing, it holds up all the weight of the main body. And 2, without this stand, you would not physically be able to move the set. It is designed so you can lift up the set to move it and hold it and move it around. So without these display stands, the set really would just not work. So they really are essential. And now that they're on it, you really don't kind of notice them. It's the sort of thing you'd see in a museum holding up a skeleton anyway. I think it really works for this set, and you don't really notice it that much. So yeah, they really are essential, but I'd rather have a strong, secure set than not, if you know what I mean. Now, in terms of posability, there are a few bits and pieces you can do to this set. In the tail, it is underpinned by these 4 pins, so you can move the 4 sections of the tail to slightly reposition it. You do have the head joint that does move, but it's a very strong head joint that you can move up and down, so that works. And of course, the jaw line, and of course the jaw does open and close as you wish. So you can get some interesting poses with this. It really is not a set designed to be played with. It's meant to be put on the shelf as a display piece. And it really is so spectacular. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing I was questioning with this set is how monotonous the build would be. But I have to say, I loved every single bit of the build. It wasn't that bad at all. So you get 4 different builds in this. Really, you get the head build, the main body, and the tail, and the stand. So you get 4 different kind of builds in this set. So you're not doing the same thing over and over all the time, so there's a bit of variety to it. For me personally, I loved every second of the build. Really good fun seeing it all to come together, and to see how big it would grow. And yeah, very, very impressive. I love the display plaque down here, the 2 minifigures. It really is just an outstanding set, and easily well worth the £220, $250. And it is going to be one of the best sets of this year, I feel. Now, if there is one downside to this set, and it's one that's going to decide whether you buy this set or not, it is the actual size of it. Over a metre long, it really does require a big display space, and that's really going to, I think that's the only real downside to the set, if at all. For me, it's not a problem, so I've got the room for it. But if it is a set that you want in your collection, you really need to make sure you've got enough room to display it, because over a metre long, it does take up a lot of room. It's not overly high. That's a bit of a saving grace. It's not overly tall, but as you can see, over a metre long, that is something you have to question if you've got room for it. That is the only downside I can really say for the set. Apart from that, it is quite perfect, and I do highly recommend it. Outstanding, very, very cool set. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this set. Is it one you've got in your collection, or is it on your Lego wish list? Can I please ask you a like? And if you enjoyed today's video, I'd be very grateful if you consider subscribing today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching today.